Hey, so it's a drive to work brain dump, and I'm going to make this one fairly quick. And it's going to be probably the last time I waste any time addressing ridiculous claims and directed at me. I'll still engage the ridiculous claims of religion, but a handful of naysayers out on YouTube creating videos about me is not worth my time. I've done videos about free speech and atheism and a number of issues before, but I don't presume that everybody's seen everything, so I'm going to repeat myself a little bit, but that's okay because I've been repeating myself on the TV show for years. There are some people who are claiming that blocking people is a violation of their free speech rights. Those individuals just bizarrely do not understand free speech. You have the right to speak. You do not, though, have a right to an audience, and you certainly don't have the right to a specific audience. No one has to provide you a forum, a private forum, in which to speak. You can go out and speak on the street all you want. You can speak in any public area until you violate certain laws. But I don't have to let you speak in my house, on my Facebook page, on my YouTube page. I can send your email directly to a kill file, and I'm not in any way violating your right to free speech. It's absurd. Oh, but you're censoring me. Well, yeah, if you consider private censorship the equivalent of public censorship, well, you're just moronic. Nobody's violating your free speech rights by not letting you publish things on their Facebook page. Much the same way that the New York Times doesn't have to publish your article or your letter to the editor. And you can cry about it all you want. Now, on the issue of blocking, I block people. I've blocked people from Facebook. I've blocked people from YouTube. I've blocked them from Twitter. I have sent their email. I've got like 9 or 10 people whose email addresses immediately get your email address has been blocked and sent to a kill folder response, and that's it. And that's because not everybody is worth engaging with. Not everybody is worth wasting my time on, as I mentioned at the top of this. And that's part of what happened on Facebook, which I need to clear up, because despite having cleared this up on Facebook, there still seems to be some confusion about it in the YouTube community. I did not apologize for blocking people, and I was not blocking people for merely disagreeing with me. I intended to block people, and I'll continue to block people. I intended to block a certain group of people, not merely for disagreeing, but for disagreeing in a particular way on a particular subject and being unwilling to engage honestly or represent the facts fairly. What I apologized for was framing the question, the criteria that I set in order to distill this into two groups. I framed it so poorly that it did not work, that it ended up I was sloppy with the phrasing the question, and it resulted in blocking some people that should not have been blocked. That's what I apologize for. It's the only thing I've apologized for. It's the only thing I'm going to apologize for. I was sloppy. I'm not going to apologize for blocking people or for intending to block people, and I have blocked people since. And I've blocked people on YouTube. Everywhere. I don't have to let anybody post anywhere. I could turn comments off completely. I don't, because I like to engage. But that doesn't mean that I like to engage with everybody. And blocking somebody who disagrees doesn't mean that I am all about blocking people merely based on disagreement. As a matter of fact, I'd put a challenge to you to demonstrate perhaps how bizarre this accusation is. There may be somebody, not going, ooh, look, I'm the best ever. There may be somebody, but I think you'd have a hard time finding anybody in the atheist and skeptic community who has spent more time engaging more people on more subjects of disagreement than I have in the same time span. Seriously, I can't think of anybody. We're talking 7 years of a weekly TV show. Granted, I haven't done it weekly in the last year or two, but hours and hours and hours of media, followed by thousands of there are as many emails as I answer, I'm archiving as many that I just can't get to. And when people are trying to portray an incident as something that it's not, that's dishonest. Doesn't mean they're intentionally dishonest. They may just not get it. They may have misinformation. And when I pointed out that I thought Thunderfoot was being dishonest, some people got bothered by that. Well, how do you know he knew? I don't know he knew. But what I do know is that if you're going to go around making claims, granted, I know he's not a journalist, but you have some responsibility to do a little research to try and get the facts right. And if you don't, then you are either being intentionally dishonest or you don't care enough to actually make sure that you are accurately representing things, which I count as dishonesty. Now, Michael Nugent, when he wrote his article about it, used a different word. I think he used misleading, which I think is fair. But I will continue to engage people. I will continue to have discussions with people who disagree. Probably not very many on YouTube, because, I don't have the time to keep up with YouTube comments and Facebook comments and Twitter and email and do my regular day job while preparing for debates and lectures and other stuff. It's just not reasonable. And like I said before, when I post a YouTube video, I only pay attention to the comments for the first day or maybe two. After that, it's pretty much a free-for-all. And the only time anybody gets blocked after the second day is if they just, come in with mindless spam or a bunch of name-calling. But I reserve the right to block anybody, and if you don't like the fact that I block people, tough.